What's up, guys? Welcome into episode number 94, getting dangerously close to episode 100 of The Scope, your source, apparently, since you're here, for live FPS news from throughout the week, discussion, insight, and a lot of other crap is what we talk about. And we're glad that you're here. And speaking of that, I'm also glad two friends of mine are here, Buff and Blue. What's up, boys?
How's it going?
Hi.
We're here, ready to talk about video games and stuff and
I feel
life.
like it's been forever, even though it's literally just been a week.
It does feel like it's been a long time. I think that's probably because so much crap has happened. Like, there's a lot to talk about. We have all the topics before you. We got the finals, the AI controversy with that, Call of Duty, Sandstorm update, Vostok's progress. There's a bunch of quick shots. We got Tarkov, Deadrop, Silica, bunch of stuff to talk about in the quick shots. There's actually a fair amount of stuff going on with FPS, and then you got all the buzz behind like the Call of Duty campaign out in a couple days. The finals was massive over the week, so there's stuff going on out there. So we got stuff to talk about, get you guys informed on, cuss and discuss what's all happening out there. So excited to get into it, but before we do, I like to talk to the boys about what they're playing, what's going on in their world. Blue, what have you been playing? What's going on?
Well, you know, I've been playing.
I do a fair amount.
Been there,
A couple
some
different
StarCraft, back a little bit into it. You know, Stalker Anomaly. You know, I went Twitter viral for a bit.
Did you get
a little bit again?
Did you get into some shit talking?
No drama this time. Actually, it was very heartfelt video that I made at 4 o'clock in the morning. That I made
on Twitter.
Did you not see it? It's got like 46,000 views.
I didn't see it either.
I'm an idiot. Where have I been?
My two friends.
Wow, yeah, friends, right?
It was one of those like Vince McMahon videos, you know. So that's been freaking going around everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I was like, the son says, "Dad, what was Battlefield 3 like?"
Oh, I commented on that one.
No, I saw it.
I think you did. You did. Yeah. Crash did comments on it.
I hit the like button. I hit the heart.
Well,
for sure.
I mean that just goes to show you who your real friends are, Blue. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's start. Buff got some interaction with his Twitter. I'm pretty sure he got famous over that. You know, one comment makes or breaks your account. You know.
Yeah.
Even Level Cap saw it because I put his little logo and then he liked it. So it was kind of cool. That was like. That's cool. That was nice. But yeah, it was like everyone pretty much agreed that Battlefield 3 was the best one.
There's not much debate to be had there, to be fair.
Dude, someone said they were like, if you put any voice lines from that, I probably would have jumped off a bridge and cried. I was like, first of all, don't do that.
Some of this stuff with that Vince McMahon meme has been hitting me hard though. Like some
of it, dude.
Oof.
I forgot who was it that I saw, and it was like, Dad, what was the last game with the boys like? And I was like, oh, yeah, in the heartstrings, man.
Yeah, I've seen some people with Siege and like just all the nostalgia. And I'm at a tender, delicate age right now, right? I'm 36 effing years old. So I'm thinking about my life being half over and all the memories and stuff that I've had. I'm at halftime here. And then there's this meme going around about nostalgia and it's just killing me, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's
like a big thing. Yeah.
Like what was Halo 2 like, or Halo Reach like with the boys at night, and like talking about like year 1 and year 2 Siege where everybody would just stay up all night grinding with no worries in the world, and like Verdansk during the lockdown, like Warzone during the lockdown.
Yeah, I saw that one. What was OG Verdansk like? I was like,
yeah, man. That meme has been I'm ready for it to be over because it brings me down.
Oh, it blew up so quickly. I think it's one of those that's just gonna die right away.
Yeah, I think people get tired of it.
And then I saw Big Fries too. He's like, Dad, what was Twitter like before this Vince?
Yeah. Fry got like self-aware with it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's good stuff.
I was dying, dude. It was so funny.
I liked the one we were talking about before we went live, the Get Flanked one, where it's like, what was YouTube like before people had 10-second attention spans?
Seriously, freaking TikTok fucking ruined it.
When you can actually have a video and have a conversation and like a long form like thought process before people just actually clicked off on it, started scrolling again, man.
Every single video that I make has just a quick drop in the middle, no matter what I do, because I think people just like, all right, next.
Yeah. I've heard some startling things, and then I I don't know how much of it is real. So I want to put that caveat out there and be a good journalist. But I've seen a lot of videos that have been popping off like viral around about teachers talking about how kids in their classes' attention spans are just absolutely shot and they can't get them to focus on any material and stuff. It just kind of sketches me out. Like, and the reason I think it is real is because I got to watch myself. I'll get sucked into it. Like, I took TikTok off my phone because I would do that. And I would sit there and I'll be on the shitter looking through stuff and just flipping like, oh, my legs fell asleep. How long have I been here? Like, you gotta watch that stuff, man. I don't know.
It's crazy, dude. And like, think about, kids get cell phones when they're like 7, 8. I've seen like kids
my son
young,
not getting a cell phone at
young
that age.
with smartphones, especially like some of my cousins have had like smartphones when they were young. And like, when I didn't get a smartphone. I mean, they weren't even around, but like, I had a flip phone back in the day, like a track phone, and for emergencies only. And then it
had like 3 contacts on it, and that's it.
Yeah, that was it. And then
mom, dad, and 911.
Right. And then college, I got the ones that like slide open, kind of like a BlackBerry type thing, and then they started coming out with smartphones later on. But yeah, so obviously,
dude, I saw a video, and it was like these kids are like, imagine if you had a phone, right, and it had a screen, but at the bottom, it had buttons on it, and you can text people faster.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh Lord, oh no, like
it's come full circle.
We had those already.
It's come full circle
of life. Yeah. Or another one was like, it's like, imagine if you had a phone, but just for the house. I was like, that's a home phone.
And it always had a cord. You never have to charge it. Imagine. Dude.
Oh man.
It's not good.
No, just Stalker Anomaly, StarCraft. That's all I've been playing. Game-wise.
Is that StarCraft game free? I can't remember.
It is free. And
it's got like an extraction game. I would love to see.
It's got it. I haven't tried it yet. And guys that are playing it in my Discord, that they're also hooked on it as well too. It's one of those games that you like. If you get into it, you get into it. The grind is real. You'll stay up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, not even realize. And it's got like it's like DMZ, but for StarCraft. It's because it's like you spawn where you want to spawn in. You grab loot and stuff like that. You go from there, and then you can buy stuff from like little vending machines. Like they look like legit, like a soda vending machine, but it's got like an Alton in it and like machine guns and stuff like that. And the weapon models look great. It is a blocky looking game, so it's like a battle bit, but the weapon models look amazing. And then you also have an extraction. So it's like, all right, you leave, you call in the helicopter. Helicopter comes in, everyone boards the helicopter, and then you leave, and then you can take all that loot and use it in the main base main version of the game.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. I saw
only Call of Duty did something like that.
I was watching your stream, and I could tell you were hooked. Like I was like, oh, they got, because it was getting towards the end of your stream. You're like, dude, I gotta go. Like you had something to do. You're like, I gotta
go.
You're like, I really want to.
Come on, just one more quest. One more
mission. Like I want to go get this quest done. And then you pop the stream on later in the day, like a bonus stream, because I'm like, oh, he's hooked, man.
Dark. Yeah, I'm hooked.
He's locked in, dude. Buff, what have you been playing over there? What are you up to?
I just been playing lockdown quads for Modern Warfare 2, trying to get my Shadow Company skin. So, I spawn in, I go to one of the flags, I throw decoy grenades, and I put an ammo box down and repeat. And I do that for 10 minutes and then repeat that. And, we're leveling up. I'm like 150 away from my Shadow Company skin. And then I can play the game finally.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
When people do stuff like that, I always come back to that South Park episode, Make Love, Not Warcraft, where they spent the entire episode and like, now what do we do? Like, you can finally play the game.
That's how I feel, man. That's exactly how I feel. We were using that exact line. Like, what do we do now? We can play the game.
Are you? Did that skin for sure carry over? Because I would feel so bad.
Yeah, it does. If it didn't, I would lose my shit, because I've been playing this dumb mode way too long.
You can come over and play Search with us and get some XP. We'll help you.
Oh man, maybe we'll have to see. It's just like I don't have the problem. Like Problem is I don't have the patience to like try right now. I'm just like trying to get this skin. So I'm like, I'm just gonna throw these dumb decoys around on repeat till I get my skin. I just and I don't even want to be playing it, but I tell myself like I gotta keep like just 10 more levels.
You've made it this close.
Yeah, so close. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not excited to say this or anything, but I did get back to Emerald in PC Rainbow Six Siege. I'm an Emerald player again this season. So at age 36, it's not that big a deal, guys. Like, you don't need to like think I'm some esports player, crazy good, but I did.
Okay, all right, Mr. Flicks.
I did make it back to Emerald. I may or may not have gotten carried, but okay.
As soon as you said that, I saw the comment.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, perfect timing.
I will have everyone know out there listening on all the podcast platforms, shout out to you, by the way, as well as those currently present in chat, that I do have a 1.3 KD on the season, which is pretty good for Siege. So I have a positive KD. I have a 1.3.
What's the average KD for Siege?
I don't know, but I know a 1.3 is good. I've had a lot of seasons where I'm struggling to stay at 1 KD. So
really?
For like a support
I
flex
guess
player,
you're not like getting aces every single game.
No.
You know?
No.
So.
There's on our stats tracker, you can look at that. And on like the number of games I'm won, I'm in like the top 180,000 or 200,000 or something. But then if you look at KD, a 1.3 KD is like in the top like 60,000 players. So I think a lot of people are
I was typing in Rainbow Six Siege average, and the one thing that came up was average IQ.
I don't want to know that.
Now I'm curious. Hang on. Oh, wow. Hold on. The highest IQ to any Rainbow Six Siege players with a massive 120 collective score. Okay.
It takes brains to play Siege. What can I say?
I mean, the general average is 1.0 to 1.2. Yeah. So you're just above average.
And I'm in Emerald, which is like the top like 12-15% of players. So I'm like hey, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. Kind of bad, but not that bad.
Pretty good. That's impressive.
And then search has been fun too. Except, man, I think all the people left playing search right now, like I feel like the vast majority of people are like looking for the next Call of Duty game. The people left over playing are absolute creatures, man. They're demons left playing search, dude. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm curious to see if anyone who's got a 2.0 KD now, how they play.
I don't know. Mine's like 160 something in search, but still have like the 250 win-loss rate, so still winning. But like, man, oof, they're wild over there. Somebody needs to one day. So all these content creators, right? They have their dreams, aspirations, like what they want to do when they get big, you know. My backup plan, I know a lot of people want to make their own game. I want to make like a esports league for old people. It would be so cool, like an over 30 esports league. No one would watch it.
Masters Olympia, dude. No, it's like the Masters Olympia.
Yeah, no one would watch it. They're like, because if you think about it, it's like, yeah,
100% people would watch it, man.
No, there's no way. There would have to be booze, like, or something.
There's people. What's that lady? She was like 80 something years old and playing video games, and she got viral just because of that. Like, I mean, come on.
There is tactical grandma.
League, yeah.
The tactical grandma.
If you get people like a certain age above and just get them all together.
I just don't know if people. I don't think people will watch it. Retirement league, like, why would people? Yeah, why would people watch a subpar version of the game they like to watch? I don't know. Let us have booze and then call it like a beer league or something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like AARP would get on board. Metamucil, get some kind of prunes involved.
The sponsors that you can get. Viagra.
Now we're talking. See, this is why I love you guys. See, we're starting to form an idea now. This has some legs. We start to have funding now. We can get some really old, like maybe talking about cell phones, maybe those big jitterbug cell phones with just the big numbers on it for old people. So they can't, those giant oversized remote controls.
Clapper,
Dude, we're figuring it out.
You go, everyone turn
Life
on their
alert.
PC like that. There you go.
All the players on the face cams have to wear their life alert thing. So if they fall out of the chair or something, like, dude, we're there. We got it figured out. You guys are great. I'm gonna patent that before someone else does. You want to talk about games that we're supposed to talk about?
I guess.
Talk about the games.
Hope you guys are happy.
We'll have our business opportunity later.
The Retirement League, sponsored by Life Alert. I don't enter the arena without it. There you go. Hell, I don't know where I'm entering. I'm so.
Oh my god.
There was a perfect opportunity for a Joe Biden joke, but I won't do it. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about the finals, which, interestingly enough, there's quite a bit to talk about here. I don't know how far we need to go back because I feel like generally people who watch our show are pretty educated or listen. This is one of the shows. Did you just laugh? No, this is just one of the shows or one of the games. I'm sorry. This is one of the games that was made by former DICE developers over at Embark Studios along with Arc Raiders. This is their kind of arena game show style shooter. Open beta, kind of stealth drop with only like 1 day of notice. So it was pretty crazy. And player numbers have been crazy. They crossed over 250,000 concurrent players, and that's only on Steam. This is also a crossplay beta on consoles as well. So a shitload of people were trying this game out. Did either of you guys get a chance to play it or check it out very much?
I didn't get a chance, sadly. I was watching though. I saw good friend of ours, Arctic Soldier, got top 10.
Yeah.
In like the world.
Yeah.
So I was watching him play and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I was
Arctic Soldier
living vicariously through him.
Yeah, so they had leaderboards already, and a guy that we know, a content creator, Arctic Soldier, he got in the top 10 in the world in the finals.
It was crazy,
like,
especially you said that many people playing.
Yeah, he's really good at it. I played with him in the last closed beta, and dude, he's so good. He just carried. And that's the kind of teammate that I like to have.
What's that carry?
So I played a fair amount of it. I don't know where I want to start with my opinions. I kind of made a video on my initial impressions, and I don't think they've changed too much. This is a pretty fun game if you're kind of into competitive shooters and you have 2 other friends. I think soloing in this game is particularly rough. Some other games, like Call of Duty, like Warzone and stuff, you can play solos, play against other people who are playing solos. And this one, I just think you have to be coordinated. Now, at the end of the day, I play Rainbow, I play Search. I like to have coordinated team type play. So this game is up my alley for that reason. But I feel for people that don't. I don't know if you're going to have a fun time with it. That being said, I could see them coming out with some other different modes. They've already added a mode to this beta. Surprisingly enough, they're doing content updates already within the beta. They're doing a Halloween event that they actually just announced before the show with some changes to like the map lighting and stuff and some other Halloween type rewards and things like that. So it's cool to see that they're already adding content even to an open beta, which is pretty cool. They also added a new map within this beta. And I guess the thing that sets this game out is the destruction. It's just crazy still. You forget in between betas like how crazy it is. It's really smooth, super long time to kill. I still have a slight bit of reservations about it being like ultimately and crazily successful. I think it's going to be successful by any kind of numeric way that you quantify success of an FPS game. It's going to be there. But for me, I don't know if it has staying power for me because the gameplay loop gets a little bit repetitive for me. With like the long time to kill, the game mode itself is a little weird. I guess you can play it different ways and stuff, but the ability to steal the cash out like right at the end is kind of shitty. Like you can really rat it out and play like that. And kind of set up to just steal it at the end. But despite my reservations on the game mode and like how sweaty and fast paced it is and competitive, it's cool to see something new. It's definitely unique. There's not another game that's like it, and that's sorely needed in FPS games, I feel like. So I'm kind of rooting for it to succeed for that reason.
Yeah.
And I've heard this from several people, Fry included. I said this in one of my videos a long time ago. it would be cool to see the studio do really well with this in Arc Raiders, and then their next game be like a Battlefield competitor with this destruction and bring it back.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, for real. That'd be ideal. I think for all of us.
That would be pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know if there's too much else to say. There was some controversy, and this just opens up just a massive can of worms. And I don't know where I stand on it because I have used, and the thumbnail for this video was made using AI, and that is Insider Gaming and some other outlets posted articles that for the announcer voices that you hear in game, they actually used AI voices.
Wow.
And a lot of people were upset that they weren't paying, actors to do that, giving somebody a job, giving somebody work. And I don't know, where do you, I see both sides of the argument plain as day. From one side, you have a studio that's trying to save money. For me, like, I would love to pay a thumbnail artist, man. I would love to be able to do that. And if my channel ever gets that big, I will do that in a heartbeat. But right now, if I make a 2,000 view video, I make like $1, and I can't pay a thumbnail artist their time's worth if I'm only making, like, it just won't work.
I want to know, as I lose my train of thought. Yeah, I wanted to know, like, how much would a voice, so let's say they got a handful, like maybe 3 or 4 people, what that would have cost them, right? And especially for, how long would it take to record those? I don't know what the voice lines are that they're using. So I guess what's the variety, the amount of people they would potentially be using, how many different voices are we hearing, things like that, and what that would account for as far as cost and time. And then, like, to your point, Crash, would it even be worth it? Like, if you're paying, what is the fee for that? What is a voice actor going to charge? How much time do you need them for? How many lines? And then it's like, is it even worth it? Right? It's either going to be, you're not paying them that much and it's not a lot of time, or you're paying them too much for too little time. So use the AI. So I guess it depends on what that ends up looking like when the game releases.
Fry in chat, who is also working on his own first-person shooter Transients, so I would consider him a subject matter expert. Says it would be around max of $5,000 to have him do the lines, and it's the 2 announcers at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
The only thing that I could think of where AI would be the play is if it's adaptive. Like, if it comes up with new lines and stuff based on the context of the game, there's no way you could possibly pre-record that. I think that's pretty good. If that's not happening in this game, it's eventually going to happen, where there will be algorithms in the game that can come up with speech based on the happenings in the game that are new and unique all the time, with AI voice models, which would be really, really cool. I don't know if it's fast enough yet to do that, like AI itself.
I don't think it's possible,
but that's going to be a thing that's going to get there. Yeah, man. I just see both sides of it. From a business standpoint, you can't fault them for saving the money. From like a, I don't know what you want to say, like an ethics standpoint, it'd be cool to give somebody a job. So, and this is just going to be, this is a microcosm of like the massive debate that we're just getting into in the art world. And I'm like right in the mix of it. I've talked to you guys about how I've done thumbnails for the Warzone content creator Iron. I've used them all the time. Almost every one of my thumbnails, I use AI in some fashion to create those. I haven't used any AI for like my scripts, my videos. I just come up with like conversationally off the cuff, like for my videos. But I'm sure there's a fair amount of people who've used AI for scripts and things like that, just to help them get started and then adjust as necessary. And I just don't know where I stand. There's a game, or excuse me, there's a website. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Easy Video. I just watched a video about it, and I've tried it out myself. You can actually write somewhat of a bullet point script or whatever you want, and it will create a video for you, a YouTube commentary video. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's already several like YouTube shorts and TikTok outlets with it. I thought about just trying it for an experiment. It costs a little bit to get a membership too. But you can actually, I think it's it might be called Easy Video, surprisingly enough. But you can actually type out like prompts for a video, and then it will write a script. It will analyze it. It takes a little while, and then it'll spit it out a video with like a bunch of stock footage cuts that are like really nicely paced, with perfect dialogue over the top of it, narration, and it'll spit you like a video out. And I guess there's already a bunch of channels doing that.
That's wild.
I think it's a good starting step, I guess, like a starting block. If you are in a block, if you're stuck, like I think I've used it in like ChatGPT, for instance, where like I just couldn't figure out how I want to articulate a video, specifically if it's like has to go into like super heavy detail and stuff like that. But once I get going, then I'm typing away myself. Same thing with, I could see that being like, I need some video ideas. I'm just creative. I'm in a mental block right now. I don't know what to make. Use that, start brainstorming ideas from there, and then make your own after that. Again, it's a tool, and I same thing with the whole, what's the word? Like, if I could pay someone, it would be great, but right now I can't.
Yeah.
Especially even if it comes to like a video editor. I've been like people have reached out now recently and like on emails and stuff like that, wanting to do that. And I was like, I just don't have the money, man. As much as I've seen your work, it looks great. I just don't have the money to do that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. And I wish I could and stuff, but that's just the reality of it. And I don't hate, and I mean, somebody who's probably an artist would tell me this is a problem. I don't hate where AI is now. I feel like it's a tool, and I feel like it's a tool to get you like started, like a foundation. And then you still have to be an artist. You still have to be intelligent and fix it and shape it how you want to. But like a few years into the future, there's a real possibility it's more than that. And honestly, you could be seeing a lot of AI, like straight up AI FPS commentary YouTube videos. Like, it would not surprise me. The tools are out there to almost do it now.
The one that got so much like hate over it was like Quibble Cop. What a Quibble?
Yeah,
Pop,
that was weird stuff though.
But that's start. You know.
So there is a real possibility that it starts putting YouTubers out of work and stuff, and that's why I see something like that as something like, I better stay on the forefront of that, like just to know what's going on, to be able to use it and utilize it, use it as a tool for now. But as far as the business standpoint, man, I don't know. I didn't get that upset about it. I didn't get that upset about it with the finals. I made a tweet and it got political right away, so I deleted it. Like, I almost turned into a blue Twitter viral moment. I just said, I honestly just said, and this might piss a bunch of people off. I said the same people that are mad about the finals using AI voice lines are the same people that are upset that Bungie had to lay off a bunch of people. The economy is shit, man. Like, something has to give. Making games is expensive. And, maybe it means, they use stuff like AI voice lines and maybe AI to start to write a little bit of base code and stuff like that. Maybe they're saving enough money that they can keep people hired and working at Embark. So it can go that way too.
And again, and then once this game does great, maybe for the next game they can actually hire some voice actors. But it's still, they're a brand new company as well too.
And then the I guess the other side of that is that the publishers and the executives always make the vast majority of the money too. They make way more than the people that actually build the game. And then that starts that whole debate. And so I don't know, man. There's a whole thing with AI. I hope, I see AI as a tool I hope that studios can eventually use to take out some of the redundancy and mundaneness of writing code and like designing maps and stuff. And like you said, maybe there's something, it would be cool one day for concept art, for sure. Like for writing some prompts, even just in Mid-Journey now, to get some ideas and concepts for maps, like an art direction is already there. But I just mean, it would be really cool if there were AI tools to be able to like design a map and, kind of lay it out and start and then the map team, instead of having to design it from the ground up, is like 40% there and finishes the blocking and texturing and stuff like that. It would be cool.
Correct.
I hope these AI tools can eventually help with some of the content drought we see in some of these games.
I'm sorry. You can't be upset that technology moves forward. You have, especially in our roles, and if you're either critiquing games, covering games, or making games, you have to stay on top of it and you have to adjust with the times.
Yeah. And then what Blackout said is there's a potential that they're just placeholders for now and they get voice actors down the road, since it is still technically a beta.
Yeah.
So
True. Yeah.
But I don't know. Where are you at on the AI thing, Buff?
I mean, I understand why it's being used for sure. It's probably have to see where it goes, but I do think the creativity, the whole when it comes to just like the content creator portion of it, or making videos and things like that, I feel like the whole thing, when you're looking, when you like a YouTuber or a content creator, is like relating to them and their content. So that's one thing. I just having AI spit out a video and this and that is just. I mean, if people are going to use it, it's going to get big, but I think overall, it's you're going to be able to spot the differences at some point. As far as for in-game voice acting and things like that, I do agree. I mean, it could very well just be like temporary. I mean, you look at like just any example. Like if I'm building a website, you're going to use like a lot of times I would use like lorem ipsum text, just like nonsense you get for like filler content until you get the content to put in actual content to put on the page. So I mean, it's possible it could just be filler so they get the voice actors, or they could just use it again, saving money where you can right now. Like you said, the economy, everything's kind of pretty jacked up. So I think, especially they're a new studio making new games. Even though I think, like you said originally, Chris, they'll be successful, but you really don't know that until the game comes out. So it's where are they going to spend their money is important right now, because you don't know how large the studio is and what the funding looks like, all of that.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. I get both sides of it. You put on the the shoe on the other foot, and you're an artist, and you're not able to find work because everybody's using this new AI tools, and you've worked your whole. I mean, this AI stuff is really recent too. So like you've worked your whole life, you've put all your effort and stuff into going to school to learn something, or you were gifted at something, and you worked on that skill, and you got crappy jobs and worked your way up, and then all of a sudden people are using this tool, and it's happened in human history since the Industrial Revolution, and it's sad for those folks.
I still don't think there's a replacement for human artwork though.
Not yet. Nope. I agree.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's like it might have pushed the bar up a little bit, and I know it might suck to kind of just work a little bit harder, but there's so many times where I was like, I know I could get someone, especially when people are using, like, I've seen people use like if we're talking about like thumbnails, like Unreal Engine to get their thumbnail working and stuff like that. I don't know how to do that, but I know someone that does, and I know AI can't recreate what they do there. And also, I'm always taking the stuff and putting it into Photoshop anyways. So you still need that human input.
Yeah, you have to fix it a lot of times. So I could just see it getting to a point where it's so good, maybe you won't be able to tell.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see where it goes. But yeah, AI is here to stay. The finals used it. Some people got mad. I get it. I don't even think I have I don't even think I have a side to take. I just understand it. I understand the situation, and it's kind of shitty for both sides. As far as the game itself goes, though, I think the team's doing a really good job. It's unique, and I can tell there are improvements every single beta. This is one of the rare instances where a studio is actually using a beta for what a beta is supposed to be. They're testing it. They're iterating on it. They're testing it again. We don't know when launch is. You don't have to pre-order it to play this beta. It's not a marketing scheme. So you can really kind of tell that they're actually, using it as to make the game better, like a beta is traditionally supposed to do. So that's really cool. And yeah, it's getting better. It's gonna be interesting to see. On one hand, it's a new unique shooter, free to play, that I could see doing really well. If you take the opposite approach, I could see if it doesn't do well, the reason would be because it might be just a little bit too competitive and sweaty for everybody and fast paced. to where you're kind of just left over with a competitive scene. It doesn't really appeal to casual folks as much. You're left over with just a bunch of sweaty tryhards trying to grind up rank.
Yeah, I don't think it really caters to a casual crowd. Like you said, solo queuing is not going to be a thing. You need friends to play this game.
Yep. I think so. But it's cool. It's interesting. You haven't tried it. It's free until November 5th, I do believe, on any platform.
Oh, so Friday. Okay, nice.
Yep. So
you still able to play it?
Do what?
It ended. I thought the playtest ended.
No, it's still going for like almost another week.
Oh, sweet.
Up until
all
the
right.
5th.
Well, then I get some time in.
Yeah, you can still check it out and give it a go. You need to get games in with Arctic.
I wonder, yeah, if anyone's seen hackers or cheaters in the beta. Yeah,
there have been. Yep.
Yeah,
because I know there was. I know the last beta I played, I ran into a blatant cheater using one of the SMGs like across the map, like shooting through buildings and everything. It was like
there was a lot of clips on X
or
Twitter, whatever, of that. It's like I saw that going around. I don't know how prominent it was, how many cases, but I did see a couple of videos of it.
It's just crazy for a beta that's only there for a week or a week and a half sometimes, you know, and it's just already, dude, like.
Yeah. Yep. There are cheaters for sure. There's a ton. Like I just searched the finals cheaters clips on X and there's a ton of clips.
Damn.
Of cheaters. So that will kill the game quickly. If they don't get that under control. I think it had like easy anti-cheat, which does pretty much nothing, in my opinion. Justin with the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Hope you had a good weekend. He says Modern Warfare 3 this week. LFG, baby. That's true. That's true. We'll talk about that actually here now if you guys are cool with that.
Perfect. Let's get anxious with the segue.
My man, with the segue. There you go. Yeah. So along those lines, finals needs to fix cheaters. On top of that, Call of Duty is coming out very soon. What's the date again, Buff? Do you remember off the top of your head?
It comes out Thursday the 2nd.
This Thursday the 2nd.
Is the early release for the campaign, yep. And
campaign only.
Multiplayer is the 10th, next Friday.
Nice. I like how they do that with having the campaign early.
Yeah, me too.
I don't
People get a chance to actually play it instead of skip it.
Yeah.
I don't get that excited for the campaign, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't play it at all if the multiplayer came out at the same time. So this will kind of force me to play it in a way.
Yeah.
I want to see how stuff goes. And you can unlock some cool multiplayer skins and stuff like that. So
yeah, they're still rolling out a lot of the information for like the early rewards and stuff. So I think they've released some of it, and they really have been pretty hush about everything so far. I really haven't seen any leaks, and they haven't really shown much more gameplay than the original trailer. I know there were some small TV spots, but they're really, I mean, I really have no idea what to expect, which is cool. I feel like we had a lot more insight into the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 than we do this one. Nice,
yeah, and I know they've hinted at like something bad happening to Captain Price, with like kind of how he is in the key art and stuff.
I think it's all misdirect from the trailer. It's like there's no way they would give that away. Like you think about a lot of the Marvel trailers, and it looks like someone's gonna die. They'd like do something specific for the trailer to throw you. So I doubt. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to see. But the good thing, the exciting thing is not knowing, right? We really have no idea.
There's not much information at all about it, other than it's like Makarov versus like what Task Force 141, and that's all we know, really.
Yep. And they've been.
Wait a minute. That's Modern Warfare 2. No,
they've been watching, or they've been like, I know the Call of Duty Australia account, I think it is, has been like releasing like artwork, like guess the first Task Force 141 member you're going to see, guess the first Task Force 1 member you're going to play as, and like if you get it right and it's the most upvoted one on X, you'll like get some reward. So that's cool. It's like feeling a lot of speculation. Like there's really, you know, a lot of people are saying like, oh, is Roach going to be there? I said I think we'll see. You know, I think the first person we're going to play as is going to be Sandman from the original Modern Warfare 3. Maybe it's just like it's fun because there's just so much speculation right now.
Wasn't Sandman a ranger?
He was a SEAL in original Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, he was a Navy SEAL, and you played with him a couple times. I think the first one was on that submarine mission, like the second mission, I believe, maybe the third, the original.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty excited because I just have no idea what to expect at all, which is cool.
Yep. All right. Does it launch the same time as multiplayer? Because I did see, so multiplayer is, let me look at a calendar, the week after that, right? On the 10th.
The 10th. Yep.
Yeah, the 10th is multiplayer like a week later. That I saw launches at like 11 p.m. My time on the 10th.
Oh, PM? Or because the 10th is a Friday, so is it launching the 9th at night?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
let me look. I saw the graphic today. Continue talking.
Okay, yeah, I know it gets confusing, but I do. That's good. So just the 10th is actually Fluff's birthday, so I didn't even. They'll never invite me to Call of Duty next, but they're gonna give me a damn good birthday present. So I'm pretty pumped for that.
That's gonna be a wild stream.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Charlie Intel says the campaign is playable November 2nd, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central, so midnight, 11 a.m. Mountain. No, 12 p.m. That's right in the afternoon.
It'll launch at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern. So
like it'll be here 1 p.m.
Yeah, it'll be like 10 Pacific Standard, I believe.
Nice. And then the PC launch, here we go. Let me pull this up so everybody can see. Is November, essentially, yeah, you're right. November 9th at like midnight. 11.
Oh, wow, they're doing midnight release. Awesome, dude.
That's for like Central time, for like Eastern time.
Pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be literally right at midnight for me in New York.
Cool. Yeah, it'll be 11 for me. 11 p.m. on the 9th for Central time.
Man, I was kind of hoping I didn't need to pull an all-nighter, but the show's got to go on. We're just gonna have to do it. So that's cool. I like when they do that, though. It's exciting.
It's exciting. You could totally hit Blue's Vince McMahon meme for this one. You remember in like all the midnight releases back in the day?
I was about to say you're not going to be going to GameStop this time, but
Oh man, hell yeah,
dude, that shit was so cool. At GameStop, they'd have like all the different games and giveaways and stuff, and like all the people at the booth, and they have like cosplay people for the release, and then everybody stands in line and they give out the CDs, and then you run home and put it in your console. Like, dude,
that was good. I remember the original Modern Warfare 2 midnight release. I was at college and I drove like 40 minutes to like one of the nearest GameStops and like booked it back to campus and just like went on like a 3-day bender of no sleep and Modern Warfare 2. It was good times and a lot of fun. Just skipped classes. It was great.
The last one I did that for was Black Ops 3. I had my disc and I went to GameStop, and my buddy Hydra, who I still play with, he went to Walmart and he talked to the dude in the back. He's like, "Hey, do you guys have the CDs in the back?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't think we're supposed to get them out yet." He's like, "Well, are they like in the system? Can I buy one?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll just go get you one." So he got it like at like right after work that night. So like at 6 p.m. They weren't supposed to give them out until midnight.
Yeah. So Walmart was notorious for that. Dude.
Yeah, so he got it early, went home and downloaded it. I had mine at GameStop, so like I had to sit there and wait, and he's like playing it, and like I was gonna sleep so we could play real late, and I couldn't sleep because I was excited. I just remember that stuff, man. I don't know. I miss that quite a bit.
That was literally, you'd see that all the time. Like I remember, especially like some of the old Battlefields too. It happened with COD also, but like people would talk to people at Walmart and get the game like 4 or 5 days early. So you go on YouTube and people would already have the campaign posted a week early because they got the disc from some dude at Walmart in the pack.
Yeah, some just random employee at Walmart that doesn't know. They look like, "Oh yeah, we got those. Here's one." They didn't like the rules and stuff.
Yeah. Or like, "Hey, you work in the back. Here's $200. Maybe you accidentally leave the door open and point me to the box where I need to get this game from."
Yeah, crazy.
Classic. Good times.
That's good stuff. But yeah, that's happening on the 2nd. So this Thursday.
Yeah. Yep. And then next Thursday night, Friday for the multiplayer. But I think overall, like for the campaign, again, like I'm excited just because I think there hasn't been any. The only thing we've really seen from campaign is that play demo that they did at E3 or whenever it was. You know, that was a couple months back at this point. That's really the only thing we've seen outside of like little snippets here and there of things. So um, I like the not knowing. You know, going into Modern Warfare 2, we had so many leaks, we had so many um screenshots, and just like a lot of it, they showed us a lot about what to expect with campaign. Here it seems like, unless I'm just out of the loop, it seems like everything's kind of been kept pretty hush hush, which I also heard a lot of rumors, and I'm sure it's going to be true given we have Makarov. Like there's going to be more of a another newer take on the no Russian mission, which would be that'll be
I'm very
cool.
curious if they're going to do that.
I heard. I mean, I hear that they're going to. We'll have to see. But again, this is the Crash is playing that footage in the back. And there's another thing here. I mean, I did see a leaked list of some of the missions, supposedly not with the real names, but just kind of
At least, generalization.
Yeah, and there's really no spoilers that I saw, but it does show, and we'll see if it's accurate. It does show the ones that are open combat missions, where it's basically, we talked about that a little bit previously. And they've discussed it in some of the vlogs, but it's basically, hey, this is your objective, and do it however you want. Right? There's no, not what we're seeing here, where it's more of like an on rails within the boundaries type thing. You can. I think the one example that they've said, so this isn't a spoiler, is you're on Verdansk, Verdansk Dam, and you're Ghost, and basically you have an objective, and you can do it however you want. You can do it stealthy, go loud, whatever. So there's a good amount of those missions.
It's going to be though.
Yeah, I mean that's I think the exciting part. It's really unknown. But the way they describe it in the blog and in the dev vlogs that they've done is, that adds replayability to those missions, because you can do them however you want. Kind of reminds me of like a Far Cry type thing. Like, okay, you got to do this mission like however you want to do it. You do it. You can, in Far Cry like 4 or 5, whichever one it was that I played, you can do this on all of them. But going into like the enemy compounds, you can go in stealthy, loud, however.
Throw knives or blow stuff up. Man.
So that's exactly how that's how they make it sound. So I think that if it is like that, again, it adds a lot of replay value to the game, and specifically those missions. You can do, specifically looking at like a content creator point of view, here's running through the mission stealth, here it is loud, and maybe if they're smart about it, doing it different ways, you get different types of rewards potentially for it. I don't think completing it any specific way will affect the story at all. It's not a dynamic story, at least I don't think so. But regardless, just being able to approach things a little bit more open like that, I think that's a new take for the campaigns, which it should be good if it's executed correctly.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That's a really good point. I forgot about that from COD Next. He talked about how the campaign is going to be a little bit unique in there, where it's not as linear. You could do other stuff, and you have more flexibility within the objectives. So that was cool. I remember that.
Nice. Yeah. Yep. So I'm pretty pumped.
Are you going to try it, Blue?
We'll talk more about it next week.
Well, I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but it's really hard not to right now. Just purely for content creation stuff. Right. But especially for the campaign, I know I'm pretty sure some guys would be watching that, but that would definitely live stream it for sure.
The campaign's always really, really immersive.
I really love it. I always love the stories, and also, I mean, it'll give you. I think there's gonna definitely be.
I'll stick to my guns. Don't say no.
Yeah, right. You're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna convince them.
I got what till what? Say again. The
Thursday, the 2nd. I'm gonna spam you on every platform possible.
But when are you gonna get it? Did you get it yet?
Did you pre-order Blue? Did you pre-order? Show up at your house randomly. Pre-order it.
And then I have to show this screenshot from one of my streams that I tweeted today. This is gonna be the make or break part for me. I have to be able to see what I'm shooting at. Please, for the love of shit, let me see what I'm shooting at. This is a screen. This is like no smoke grenade, no stun. I hadn't taken any damage. This screenshot, sorry, podcast listeners, is just me trying to shoot at a person, a bad guy. And that's what it looks
From
like.
the beta?
Yeah. No, this is Modern Warfare 2. This is from last night.
Oh, 2. Yeah. Modern Warfare.
Really cool. It's funny, Crash, that because I did see this when I was like scrolling today a little bit. I was noticing just about even. I mean, I know it's obviously you're on PC and you don't have the aim assist. That's a whole other topic. But yeah, the visual smoke obstruction was really kind of playing lockdown on the Night Bondo map. You know, some of the heavy smoke and shake was like, I couldn't even see what I was shooting at either. So I was having the same problem playing just standard lockdown, which is like basically multiplayer 2DK for the most part.
Yeah. I was looking through, I just remember I recorded this clip, and after I luckily somehow killed this guy, basically just because of the little diamond is the only way. And I was like, dude, I have to be able to see what I'm shooting at in the next game. It was better in the beta for sure, but it was. I'm hoping they toned it down even more to like Modern Warfare 2019 visual recoil. That's what a lot of people said. I still thought there was a little more. It didn't look quite as clean to me. But
I think there's like a fine middle ground. I agree. They need to tone it way down. And in the beta, I didn't have that much trouble, I don't think, but would need to like go back and watch the footage. But then you get into the area that we were talking about. How many times did we do this show and say how no recoil the guns were in like Warzone, right? And it's like, so they need. I think there's like a recoil, but then there's like visual obstruction. They're two separate things for sure. So hopefully they find like a good middle ground where you're just not having no recoil laser beam type. There's got to be some recoil, but visual obstruction, I think you should still be able to see what you're doing. So that's a separate.
Yep. Agreed. So yeah, all that's to say, I still have like a tiny bit of that, just that little bit of excitement for a new Call of Duty. Like I still get a little bit of it, like a little, almost like a pit in your stomach. Like, and that might also have to do with like the time of the year. I love fall time, getting out in the woods and stuff. So it's like just this time of year, I love it. And yeah, I got a little bit of excitement for it, even though it's gonna make me mad. Pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, but you'll enjoy the first week or two for sure.
Yeah.
Then we'll log it.
I just want to get that 3.0 win-loss in search.
There you go.
That's what I'm after. Yeah. So the next thing we were going to talk about, I think that covers it, is the Insurgency Sandstorm update. And I'm going to be learning about this kind of at the same time you guys are, because we just talked about it. Kind of happened last week as we were doing the show, and I haven't got a chance to look at it or play it. I don't know. Are either of you guys more familiar with it? Or
I'm probably not gonna check it out, to be honest.
I checked it out. I checked it out a little bit. Yeah. So
is it Operation Onslaught, right? Is that the one?
Yeah. So they added they added up, they always standard type of update they do, they follow the same format. So they added different cosmetics, but they also added the ability to put patches on your operator.
So I see Tacti's video about that.
Yeah. Yep. So you can put patches on your operator, and then there's the two new weapons there. You have the M320 and the M79 Law for grenade launchers, which are pretty cool. So I mean, it's regardless, it's a good update, and it's an update, which I after the last update we had was just about a little over a year ago at this point, or maybe exactly a year ago. So to have an update come out, a year after, I'm not going to complain. So I do love this game. So I'm happy to see that they're still adding things to it. They added new camos, all that. Yep, as you're seeing on the screen.
I saw they added the new layouts for like their bomb mode as well too. I don't know if you've seen that. Crash, have you played their defusal mode?
No, there was something about it that made me mad. I know you guys are floored that I got upset. Um, there was something weird about it.
Apparently, they got new layouts for the maps on where objectives will be and stuff like that. So
yeah, I might.
Yeah.
maybe that can help with your frustration.
It might be. It might be. I might need to check it out again. Something made me upset about like the balancing of it, and I was like, "This is silly." I can't remember what it was because I'm old. But maybe it was like the layouts of the maps. I might need to check that out. Because yeah, like the first of they're adding a free for all game mode. That's kind of big too. Jeez.
Yeah, free for all. Yep, they have a little bit of a Halloween thing going on currently, also. So
yeah, I don't know about you guys. I'm actually just kind of surprised they're still updating this game.
I think we all were. I wasn't expecting it for sure.
And I've been halfway kind of expecting them to start announcing like what they're gonna do next soon. So,
I feel like we're got to be getting close to that. I think typically we were seeing like every 4 months or so there would be an update like this, and now it's been a full year since the last one. So they've got to be getting close to probably announcing the next iteration of this game. But to see an update come regardless.
that wood burn weapon skin is sick. Where they burn into the wood.
The weapon skins are pretty cool.
The digital
they always do a really good job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
I was looking at some of the patches of like the names of it, and some of them are kind of funny.
Yeah, that's
Just
pretty
for
cool.
The Surgent ones.
So if you guys are looking for like a more tactical game to play, something a little slower paced than like the finals and even COD, Insurgency got some new content. So if you own that game,
is a surprise.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. It's really cool.
Yeah, very.
That they're still doing that. They got a trailer and stuff too. And the game it looks good. And I haven't played Hunt Showdown. So I have to say of all the games I've played, this is up there with some of the best audio. And it's super immersive. So yeah.
So you haven't tried Hunt Showdown?
No.
Like ever?
No. Would I like it?
Dude, I think you would love it.
Some people say that. I get told.
I think also the fact that they have lever actions and revolvers and yeah, that alone should draw you to it. I'm surprised. I think I feel like we had this conversation before a long time ago.
I've had this conversation a few times. People are like, dude, why haven't you tried it?
It's so good. Yeah, it's really good.
It looks cool. I should catch it on. They put it on sale like all the time. So anyway, yeah, Sandstorm got an update. I thought it was kind of big that they're still updating that. So,
and if you guys, if you don't play this game, we haven't played in a while, like play it with buddies. Best way to play, and you'll have a blast. Whenever I do hop on with some of my community members, it's like I just get addicted right away again.
It's
it's so fun.
It's really funny too.
Yeah.
It's the comms in there are funny because there's prox chat and radio chat, and there's some funny moments that happen.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, the next thing we were going to talk about is we've been trying to catch this in the quick shots, but Road to Vostok, it's a game that we've been following. If you guys have watched the show any amount of time, we talk about it almost every week. It's a single player survival game developed by one person. That we're really, really excited about. And with all the Unity controversy that we covered a few weeks ago, he decided to move it over to the engine of Godot. I'm assuming that's how you say it. And I
think
it's it's not Godot. I don't know.
It's a Godot, maybe.
Godot.
I've heard it pronounced that way as well.
Could be. It could be Godot as well. Anyway, an engine that's spelled like Godot. It's been ported over there, moving away from Unity due to all the controversy and their monetary model and stuff like that. The porting progress so far is all, and he hasn't been doing this, just been a few weeks. And it says porting progress as of today is 35% in only 278 hours. So he's got all the work he's done, 35% of it already ported to the new engine.
Wow.
This he posted yesterday. The static noise filters for the night vision, and it looks cool. The night vision was one of the coolest looking things in the first one, like how the sky works, how you have like the visual noise from the nods and stuff, and how it works with the different illuminators and stuff. So it already looks really, really cool in there. If you guys are interested in game dev at all or this game, yeah, you need to follow this man. Because if you also look at some of the other things, the bolt action animations and mainly control weapons with reload stages are in. Then he talks about like this project is based on real abandoned locations, so he shows on-site pictures of like an abandoned school that he went to get pictures of and textures from. It's really creepy, but cool too. But there's new like weapon manager, transition points, surface detection. This is what I was going to talk about last week before we ran out of time. If you go to his October 23rd tweet at Road to Vostok over on Twitter and listen to these sounds of the bullets hitting like the dirt, the metal, the fence, the trees, like the sounds, the audio of the surface detection with the bullet sound effects is really, really cool. The audio's one of the best sounding things so far. Again, I made a video on my channel about, shooting a suppressor in real life, actually in my past year, talking about how bullets actually crack and break the sound barrier. And this is one of the few games that's actually going to have that audio detail. So it's going to be super, super immersive. Yeah. And Bevo with the $4.99 super chat, best podcast around. Keep up the good work. We'll keep up some kind of work. Don't know if it'll be good or not, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Really, really appreciate that, dude. Super kind, man. So yeah, Road to Vostok, still doing stuff. This is gonna put him behind a little bit, switching engines, but it is going well.
Yeah, and I think it looks great. It's definitely might as well do it now before he gets too further into it. So I think that he's doing great work. So we're excited. I can't wait to get my hands on it when it comes out.
Yep, still going strong. Still excited for that one. Yeah. Is it time for
What? That's.
I think it is.
Do it.
What do we want to start with? There's so many.
I mean, I saw on Twitter the whole Bungie thing was trending.
Yeah, I got that pulled up. So
yeah,
do that. You guys didn't know.
Just great.
I alluded to it a little bit when talking about the finals. Bungie had to lay off a lot of folks, and as you know, Bungie makes a lot of FPS games. So as per Jason Schreier, Bungie laid off an undisclosed number of staff today, part of ongoing job cuts across PlayStation. If you guys don't recall, PlayStation acquired them a year or two ago. The company recently delayed the upcoming Destiny 2 expansion, The Final Shape, to June of 2024, and the new game Marathon to 2025, sources tell Bloomberg. The Destiny 2 expansion is a delay for sure. I didn't think we were going to see Marathon until 2025 anyway. So that doesn't feel like a delay to me, to be honest. But unfortunate to see. We've just seen this a lot, man.
I wonder what's going on. I mean, because we have seen it a lot, and I know, like, when was it? So when was the original schedule for it?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Because I mean, you got Modern Warfare 3 coming out. I know we like X Defiant was moving around, all that. You don't want to be coming out anywhere around Modern Warfare 3 or some of their big things that they have planned. But regardless, it's all I feel like you're always fighting an uphill battle against Call of Duty, no matter what. So a lot of these studios probably want to make sure, no matter what the game is, whatever first person, anything, whatever it is, they want to make sure their product is top notch and ready to release. They don't want to be pulling kind of a Battlefield 2042 situation,
Yep. This article from Eurogamer says Bungie has reportedly told its staff it's delaying next year's planned Destiny 2 expansion, The Final Shape. So it was going to be next year anyway.
Oh, okay.
It said it was going to be a February 27th launch. So it's going to be later than that. And then So as per Eurogamer, they are acting like it is a delay for Marathon as well. They said, however, Bloomberg says this has now been moved to 2025, which was Marathon. So maybe it was going to be 2024, which is crazy. Yeah, they were acquired. Sony acquired Bungie in early 2022 for $3.6 billion. And they were, I don't know. You just see this a lot, and I can't tell if, games are doing poorly, or, you always got to wonder if it's, poor management. If the executives are taking too much money off the top, that's a thing too, or just, what's going on. The economy is shitty. And I've noticed this with games a lot, man. There's been like a lot more free to play games, and then game prices really haven't kept up with inflation. I don't feel like, because people get so mad when game prices increase and they're like, I'm just not going to buy it. I just don't. I mean, I feel like games have been like $59.99 area for like ever. And they, they're now starting to go up to 70, but.
Right. And that makes sense given next gen consoles, PC specs. I mean, I get it. It does make sense. But yeah, they really were 50 for a long time, and they went up to 60, and then they seem to go up with like every iteration of a new generation of consoles.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm a little bit bummed about that, because I'm really looking forward to Marathon. But it looks like we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that one, unfortunately. Man, I did have. What's up?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened. And then I don't know if this ties into. I tried to tie it into a tweet about about how it had to do with like AI and spending and stuff like that. One of the things that's interesting, to talk about is I have a Twitter account that I follow named Matt Piscatella. He's been quoted by like Tom Henderson and stuff, talking about like industry numbers, essentially like the economy of gaming in a nutshell. And they tweeted 3 hours ago, when it got acquired in early 2022, it says Bungie leadership assures employees Sony deal will not result in layoffs and restructuring. That was in 2022.
Well,
oops.
Wonder how well that worked out.
Big rip on that deal. The big tweet that he did today, and I find this odd, and this could lead to some management questions. It's been one of the best years for new video games, perhaps ever. U.S. video game content spending has grown 2% year to date compared to a year ago at $34.1 billion. This compares to U.S. content spending in the past years of 2020, 33, 36.6, and 33, respectively, up to 2022. So video game spending is up. However, 2% is not inflation proof. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of a tale of two different stories there. Gaming's allegedly doing well, but there's like layoffs everywhere.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to tell you. Next thing. I say too much. I gotta quit doing that. You guys need to yell at me when I do that.
Got it.
I just did it again. Holy shit, I did it instantly. I'm the worst. Next. Dude, I don't even know what to make of this. Did you guys see much about Dr. Disrespect's latest snapshot for Deadrop?
Cars?
Yeah, I heard about it, yes.
It's weird, man. Like
it's he goes off. I mean, and I saw Fry's video about this. I mean, because that's mainly where I get information about Deadrop, since I don't really watch it too much. The whole point of like him criticizing games for monetizing their, stores and stuff like that, and then there he goes making, he had the whole NFT things in the beginning, and then the whole now you can pay for skins of cars that are the game's not even out yet. Like, to be honest, the game looks not that great still, in my opinion. From the outside looking in, it's still a lot, a lot of it's still in gray box, it's still not even like texturized properly. They're like assault rifle that looks like a weird futuristic like M16. I think the iron sights still look like crap. I don't know. I just think the game doesn't look anywhere near the amount of money that they say that's going into it, especially like industry veterans. And it's like, that doesn't really scream an industry veteran game right now to me. I mean, maybe in like 2-3 years, I can see a little bit more, but I mean, if you went next year and go, hey, this game's releasing next year, I would be like, nah, dude, like it.
I was,
what the heck does vertical extraction shooter even mean?
Dude, I was so confused. I was so confused when I saw this going around last week after our show. I think it happened like midweek, but it was like Dr. Disrespect releases a new snapshot of his new vertical extraction shooter, and it's a race game. So I was
it's got cars in it now. Like
you got
Twisted Metal.
Yeah. It was just like out of context. I mean, if like that's part of the like, I don't know. Again, I'm like you. I'm the outside looking at it. I'm not paying attention to what's going on with this. It's not something I'm probably ever going to play or anything. So I don't have the context, but I just felt like looking at that from the outside, not knowing what's happening. I was like, whoa, it's a vertical extraction shooter, but it looks like I'm playing Twisted Metal. It just threw me. I mean, it doesn't, which is fine. If I'm sure there's clearly more to it than what I'm seeing. So I'm like, just I don't know what the hell's going on, but it just was like really confusing. So I can just imagine people that like other people that aren't paying attention are probably just like Midnight Ride.
Yeah,
like
so confused.
Is this the vertical extraction shooter, or is this a separate like title they're making? That's what I was originally.
Yeah, I did not have Dr. Disrespect adding race cars to his game like on my bingo card.
No,
like that was not part of it. Like I saw this snapshot. I'm like, what are we doing? And then selling skins to it already after what he said, it's just really contradictory. And I don't know. I'm getting less and less excited about this game as I see it, which is, if you'll recall from a long time ago, one of the things I was worried about with this transparent of a development process. Is it going to desensitize people to the game, reveal too much, and people aren't going to be excited about it? Because if it was almost to this point and they just now dropped it saying Dr. Disrespect's making a game, here it is, where you drive your cars, you fight in your cars on the way to the next battlefield or the next tower to fight up and get to the top to extract. Like, people were like, oh, that's probably new and interesting. Now it's like, why are there cars in my extraction shooter? Like,
that's what I'm saying. And if what you just said is right, like if you're supposed to like start in the car or get in the car and go to like just like Midnight Ride, what's the game? I just don't know what's happening.
It looks like a separate game, and now it feels like the game is like losing direction. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I just feel super lost. That's all.
Oh, we might
someone to explain it to me.
Wumeister with the $4.99. Thanks so much, dude. It says great show, guys. Man, we got you guys.
Wumeister.
We got you guys fooled. This is terrible.
Suckers.
Get scammed. Thank you so much, man. So I don't know. I'm just getting a not great feeling about this game as time goes on.
And I agree with you. It's like, teasing something is good. And they showed some things. They had a play demo, right? They had a demo earlier on, but this looks like a separate game. Are they giving away too much? The direction of this trailer just like really kind of like threw me. So, who knows? I'm all for transparency, but yeah, I agree. You probably want like to start with a solid base. Like, this is what we've been working on, and going forward, we're going to do something every. What are they doing? They're doing a snapshot every month, right? I feel like they should scale it back to like every 4 to 6 months.
Yeah,
maybe we're not seeing the progress that like you said, to keep people excited, right? And then on top of that, it's like, hey, you guys can pay $20,000 for a car in game that's not out. We don't have a release. I just feel like it doesn't look.
Yep.
Put that way. What do I know though? Just a small time content creator. I just talk about guns. So
same. Tell me about Silica Blue. And I think this is a game that I'm too dumb to play.
So Silica, for people who don't know what it is, it's made by one guy under the Bohemian flag. He used their like early access like game program. I forgot the exact name of it, but it's one guy developing a first-person shooter RTS hybrid. So first-person shooter, real-time strategy. You know, you have one commander controlling all these units, building all these other, you know, cool guy buildings and troops and stuff like that. And then you have the FPS portion where you can be infantry, you can get in a tank, and now they have air units. So now you could spawn in, you know, futuristic looking. It looks like a hover Apache gunship for like the humans. They have like a drop ship that looks like a VTOL that you can just stack troops in. And then on the other side, they have an alien species as well. Now they have like these giant, you know, huge floating fortress AI that they brought in that shoots like a giant laser beam from its eye and little like swarms of bugs and stuff like that. So it's almost like it's like a very like Starship Troopers feeling and stuff like that. But they recently incorporated that into the strategy game modes because they have an arena game mode, and they also upgraded and updated. Well, I say he because it's literally one guy. Nice. Upgraded the first person shooting animations. So like the old like reload animation was just like putting his weapon down, you hear some clicks and then him bring it back up. And now it's like he takes the magazine out, puts it back in, charges it. Now the sounds are still kind of off, and maybe that was just me, but now that's a thing in there. He improved like the camera smoothness for the FPS. So again, rifle SMG animation has been fixed. He added a new map as well too. So a lot of cool stuff with that. A lot of cool new sounds. It looks pretty. It looks amazing. It still needs some optimization, but I think if you are into older real-time strategy games like back in the day, where I think like Call to Fire was a real-time strategy first-person shooter as well. Yeah, Martin Melicheric, I think I probably butchered his last name. But that's the guy making it, and it looks great. I mean, it's fun to play. It's still super early access. He's working on it all the time, so a lot of cool stuff to do, a lot of cool stuff to play in that, and eventually, and it's really cool. I think he used speaking of AI, I think he used AI for like the beginning cutscene because this is just him by himself. He used artificial intelligence, I think, to use the artwork to make the storyline of the lore of the game. So it's like cutscenes showing pictures, and it's like artificial intelligent, you know, artwork and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's again quick shot for Silica. So again, FPS RTS hybrid.
Love it.
I don't think
those are one developer. One developer. It's I've seen a lot of these one developer things, man. It's pretty impressive. I like to see it.
It is a thing.
Like indie games are the way of the future.
Yeah, it's good to see. Crash is just bamboozled over there.
Dude, I'm trying to teach myself about this Tarkov event. So I can act like I know what's going on when I talk about it right now. There is a Tarkov event going on
forever.
For Halloween, which apparently you do some kind of summoning event to summon the Zerachi guy. If you aren't familiar with him, he's one of the bosses on Lighthouse with like the deer, like the skull and the deer antler things. And he has like an exorbitant amount of health. I'm playing the trailer that they put out today about it. He has a ridiculous amount of health, and you try to take him out and extract with his stuff for the event. There's also a couple of other things going on with like a spooky hideout. There's a jack-o'-lantern helmet that you can loot. Some other stuff going on like that for Halloween. But apparently your gun also jams more like around this guy.
Oh, damn.
So there's a way, not going to spoil it. There's a way to summon this dude, and then you got to try to fight him. So that's going on in Tarkov. Just
Yeah, and I did also see again. I only saw a little bit of it because I didn't really have time to look at it too much today. But I did see some clips on Twitter or X of some folks playing it, and there was like some of the maps. I don't know if it was every map or what, but there was only one extract open, and like spawns were at 100%. So you're gonna get like full players, player scabs, bot, like all that on there. So it's just like a complete shit show, which
It's
is
gonna be like like
one
followed up by a
extra.
wipe or
Who knows? They
No.
could.
no?
I'm curious if it may lead into. I don't know how long this event's going to last.
Wipes in December.
Okay, I'm assuming it's just going to last probably this week or whatever. But yeah, I think when we get to the wipe,
people who don't know are gonna freaking hate it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But it looked cool.
What do you mean I only got one wipe?
Dude, that's exactly what happens with Tarkov events. They're always super crazy, and then I feel like a lot of people have no idea what's going on, and a lot of like if you look at Reddit, so I have Reddit pulled up now. If you look down through the Halloween event, there's a bunch of people saying like I'm not gonna play, like this is stupid. I'm gonna wait till it's over. Like it's because I mean if you don't have a lot of gear and you want to go in and check stuff out and there's only one extract, you're gonna get smoked, dude. Like
everyone, even the scavs, got the same one. Like
yeah.
It's just gonna be people are gonna be camping. It's gonna be just a bloodbath, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
I totally get it.
I can see if you're geared to the T and so much money, like it'd be fun. Just like go hunt players and like camp, all that stuff. But if it's like one of us going in there, like, oh, let's look at the Halloween, just like get annihilated and lose everything and then just rage quit. Like, yeah.
Okay, so here's the event breakdown. Srirachi is on every map like Santa was in the Christmas event. If he is killed, it starts a cycle that turns day into night and starts a giant blue beam in the sky. It closes all except one extract. If you don't make it to the giant blue beam and stop the cultists from completing the ritual in 7 minutes, it spawns a ghost Srirachi who makes your weapons jam and kills you.
Yeah, that sounds actually really annoying.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a. I mean, if they made it like spooky and fog and stuff like that, made it more Halloween like. Just make the map more Halloween like. That's it. That's your Halloween event.
Yeah.
You don't want to screw people over.
I feel like a lot of these events are really cool for like the streamers and stuff, like the ultra giga chads who have all the gear.
For sure, yeah.
And they're bored. Like by this point in the wipe, they got all their stuff. They're bored. They have a lot of gear to lose. They don't care. It's probably really fun for them.
It's pretty much who they only listen to anyways. They don't listen to the casual gamer anymore.
It feels like
I'd have a blast watching it too. I'd like if we all watched some of these two, I'd have a blast. But if any of us three played it, we'd be like, this is terrible.
Yeah, you're gonna lose if you're just like progressing it through and like trying to get to max traders in a wipe by playing only a few hours through the week. Like you're gonna hate it. You're gonna lose all your stuff. You're not even able to play the game. And then
Who came up with this?
Nikita, baby.
Oh man.
And as Dan has said in chat, there is a new event for Battlefield. We talked about it a little bit last week, but the zombie Dark Protocol is going to be live tomorrow for Battlefield 2042.
I need to just jump in now that we're talking about this. So I think it was Flackfire posted something on Twitter. I'll have to, maybe I reposted it. I'll have to find it and repost it. But it was a little clip of a voiceover of one of these like AI things coming in and like hitting a player, and it was a voiceover of the player animation. The player was down, like shooting him, and the voiceover was like, "Oh my god, he's naked!" Just gets like shooting at him against hammer, and I was dying. It was so funny.
I gotta find it. Is on Flackfire?
Yeah, I think it was Flackfire. I think I liked it or reshoot it. I'll find it and redo it.
Was that from the trailer that they said that?
Well, it was a voiceover. Here, I found. I'm gonna put the link in the Discord. So do with that what you want. But yeah, dude, it's like a 5-second clip, and the voiceover just like I was
it
just
was yeah. I see it
dying.
right here. I see. I'm liking it right now.
Just dying.
It was I think it's Plankton from SpongeBob yelling it, so they can voiceover for that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's naked.
Yeah, really funny. I got a kick out of it.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, that's the one.
Good grief, he's naked. Yeah, there it is.
It's good. It's really good.
That was good. God. Good job, Flack. Good job, Flack.
Yeah, that killed me for sure.
So, yeah, it looks like the event's going to be where you take control of the forge, where they make these AI soldiers on the new map, and then when you're trying to secure it, I'm guessing you're going to get attacked by these things. So
it looks kind of fun.
I would
for try it out.
It does look fun. Yeah.
And this is something where
well, it came like a year earlier, but you know,
right. I always talk shit on these mid-season events because it's something you could have made in Portal. While you could probably make a mode similar to this in Portal, it's cool to see them taking it. Like they put some work into this with.
Exactly, you know, you couldn't make the game mode in Portal, but you couldn't make those skins in Portal and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
So this
is
So this is gonna look and feel unique and different, and kind of have a Halloweeny story to it. So it looks cool as shit, to be honest.
It does. It looks fun, and like I mean, we talk so much crap about Battlefield, rightfully so. But this, this is actually clearly effort went into this, and I'm looking forward to kind of watching streams for it.
I'm just dying, still laughing.
I will.
Not even watching it. I'm not even watching the video. I'm just thinking about the video now. Still.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I will call out the tactical Brit though. He said he made a tweet. He said with this event, and he said that I'm paraphrasing, but he said essentially Battlefield is starting to really, their live service is coming into its own, rivaling that of Call of Duty.
I saw that, and I had to stop myself from replying to that because I was gonna get kicked off Twitter.
No. Add it all up. It still ain't close.
Yeah. I just want to nip this in the bud, and this is not coming. I'm not a Call of Duty fanboy or whatever. I love Battlefield. I started my channel on Battlefield. I love that franchise. This is coming from a place of love for the Battlefield franchise. They have to do better next time. If you add up all the maps in this game and the content, it is still laughably short of any of the recent Battlefield titles as far as content is concerned. To say that it's on board with other AAA games like Call of Duty is absolutely absurd. Now, I will say,
it's a joke.
I generally do like the Battlefield games and franchise over Call of Duty, especially with Battlefield 4, 1, and 5. I would take 100%. Those over the Call of Duty of those periods.
Mm-hmm.
That's a laughable tweet. That's so silly, and that is showing that the gaslighting is working, that people think this is a lot of content still. This looks cool. Yeah. This is great to have. Cool to see that they're doing it.
It's one thing.
But it's one mid-season event. Like Call of Duty has 3 or 4 new maps, new modes all the time. They have a mid-season update every season.
It'll go away. People forget about that.
Not all of them go away.
Well, I mean, and also look at it this way. I mean, you're right. It is laughable, but look at it this way. I mean, let's take Battlefield 4 out of it and 1 because I didn't follow that game through its cycle. Battlefield 3, Blue can relate to this one. Battlefield 3, I believe, had a full year of primary support before Hardline came out. I think it was, and within that year, they had 4 or 5 major DLCs. Each had 4 maps. All vehicles, all new weapons. So take Battlefield 3. The final game with all of the all the DLCs for it, right? Let's take that product and compare it to Battlefield 2042, which has been out 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
2 years?
2.
3, I think, right? No, okay.
2.
So you still have, I'm just going off the top of my head.
It's like forever.
Probably 30% of the content, if you're lucky, compared to what all of Battlefield 3 was in 1 year.
Yeah, you can have Battlefield 3 in terms of content, and it will still have
better than this. Yeah. So to say, I saw that tweet, and to say I mean, look, I think it looks cool. It's clearly they put in some work to this, which is great. But no, you made a good point, Crash. It's ludicrous to say like it's rivaling Call of Duty.
Yeah,
That's just pure. And someone was doing some cocaine, some methamphetamine, some heroin all at the same time, bath salts. A lot of drugs were going on before a rational human would make such a tweet. I feel like it's just insane.
But I mean, yeah, and just to say, I will say they've done a great job of turning Battlefield 2042 around to where it's playable and a fun like shooter to play. They've done like a great job of getting it to where it is and getting a lot of those players back, you know, with the sale and the free to play stuff to get, you know, the game alive again. But to say it's on par with Call of Duty when this game has multiplayer, that's it. The other modes got killed, dead, and then you have Call of Duty with a campaign, with a BR, with the extraction mode, with the multiplayer, with the ground war. Like that's just such an out of touch tweet, and it doesn't help. It's part of the problem.
And you can look at this and say, not to cut you off, but you can look at this. Not to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off. You can look at this and still say like the game. This is where the game should have released, what we talked about last week. Like the game should have released with all the content they had, and the game released like this, it would still be like, okay, great. So like they need to add a lot more. Though.
And look, the players stuck around after the free weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, because there's like a launch worthy amount of content here. Just now, finally. So yeah, that tweet was like incredibly out of touch and silly. And part of like the gaslighting psyop to make us think that we're content with this amount of content.
Which I was kind of surprised to see that from the technical Brit. Usually he has like good takes on things. So I don't know if he was just like had a bad day in Warzone and was like sniffing the Battlefield glue or what. But yeah, like, I was pretty shocked by that.
Yeah, but I don't want people to take it the wrong way. The game's in a much better state. It's very playable and can be enjoyable as well. And this mid-season event looks really cool. And all that's being said, it's still severely lacking in content, which is one of the last remaining issues with this game. I would put that up with specialists suck still and no server browser.
You just don't know how they're supposed to work. It's really
nobody
your fault,
does because they don't work. No, it's on me. Yeah, I mean everything's my fault, but
they're gonna show us how they're supposed to work though in the next game. They already told us that, and I'm sure it's gonna be way better. It's gonna be way better.
Still waiting. I'm still waiting.
We're going to learn how to use specialists, and that's going to fix all the problems that we thought were with this game. It's on us because we're just all ignorant. That's
right.
The sales are going to reflect it too. I'm just so excited to see the booming sale.
For sure.
100%.
I think this is
quick shot.
Is this the last one? I think it is.
The Dead Side?
Oh, it's not the last one. All right, tell me about Dead Side.
Shoot. Right, what's the one that you had?
I want to talk. It's going to be super brief. I wanted to talk about that Madfinger game that's going to allegedly field the next day or two. But go ahead. Dead Side.
No, Madfinger. Hold on. What?
That's what I was telling you about earlier, where Tacti liked the tweet, then I followed him and they followed me back.
Yeah. Hold on, talk about that. Hold on, wait. I want to know about. I saw it, but I didn't really like know more about it.
We'll talk about Dead Side, and then I'll tell you about it.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm holding me hostage.
Blue just was not ready for that.
I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know much about it. Nobody does, but.
Anyway, that's true. Okay, let the production team do their work real quick. So Dead Side release. Again, this is, people might say in the comments, I don't remember if I talked about it last time, but because it released on the 25th. So no, I didn't. It was going to release, but it actually finally released. And I tried it out. It's the update 0.8.0. It introduced their first non-human AI, which is wolves, which sound absolutely horrifying when you're walking through the forest now. It's like you hear like some growling and then some like running through, like you hear them like running on the ground on the dirt and stuff like that. And all of a sudden just straight beeline towards you. And, one shotgun blast pretty much takes them out. But it was still pretty horrifying for the first time. I streamed it live just to like get into it. And I was just like, guys, I don't know when I'm going to see the wolf. All of a sudden I hear like growling. And like, I was like, did I hear a wolf? All of a sudden it just comes running at me. Double barrel shotgun, missed the first shot. Finally had the second one, shot the second one. And you can actually cut them up in the game and use their pelts and sell them. So it's a form of income, which is kind of funny. Eventually, I think in the future, they're like pelt will become some kind of survival craftable item, something like that. But who knows? Maybe. So that was interesting. I think PETA would love this update. I think, you know, I think ATF specifically, you know.
Hell yeah.
But then looking at also all the redesigned weapon models. So of course these are like named differently. So you have the AKSU, which is just again the 545 AK, and then they got the AKSM, which is just an AKM. They fixed the models on that. They also fixed the SVD, or in game it's called the VSD. And they all look great. I mean, the weathering on the weapons, especially like the AK, that top, you know, a dust cover just looks like it's been through some stuff compared to like the old ones, the old models. I mean, they weren't bad looking, but I didn't realize how much like they were lacking detail until I saw the remodel in person, and I thought it looks great. And then also the scar in the game, which is spelled SKAR. You know, which is funny, but they fixed that as well too. And yeah, I think it looks great. Also, Halloween, they like doing a lot of seasonal stuff, so there's a lot of really cool weapon skins. You'll see some of the AI walk around with like pumpkin heads, or like a Jason, you know, hockey mask and stuff like that, colors and stuff like that. So I literally
cool.
like was like walking through a village, and then some freaking military, you know, guy with an AK with a Jason Voorhees mask comes around the corner of a fence and shoots me. I'm like, oh my god, Jason got an AK. You know,
he's upgraded.
They also fixed the base building as well too. So you can build bases a lot faster with a lot less resources.
Nice.
So it's very helpful with that. And they fixed a couple little things here. Like when you die, one of the biggest issues, like your little death marker would stay there even after interacting with your body. Now it disappears. And they adjusted some of the ambient sounds, and also the little like sound effects of like your bob in the water when you're fishing sounds a little bit better. So they increased the sound of that. So have you tried the fishing yet, Crash?
I haven't.
No, because they got like a really cool like improvised fishing pole where you can like buy one or find one like at the little like campsites. And then the convoys in the game, which is like the dead side bosses, pretty much, because you have like, you know, the guy with the SVD or the guy with the RPK, and then they increased the keys inside those convoy cases to from 3 to 4. So now it's just more of a reason. And then on top of that, I tried out Loaf, his hardcore server, which turns off safe zones and storage. You can still go to the traders and buy stuff, but now it's like you go there and you can fight in those buildings. So now and I think I actually kind of like that way of playing more, because it gives you more emphasis to build a base.
Yeah,
because you could really survive out of the safe zones, but now it's like you go there and all of a sudden now you have to fight.
that's terrifying.
But and again, that's an admin choice. So admins can turn it on and off whenever they want, or they can have it where there's a safe zone but there's no storage space, or they can have storage space but no safe zone. So that you can have one or the other. So you can still put emphasis on the base building.
Interesting.
But, yeah,
that'd be scary.
it looks great. Looks pretty. The game just slowly but surely, I think ever since they did that collaboration and they got, you know, their publisher Tiny Build, just the money, the assets, the team has grown. We're gonna hopefully see the new city soon, which is like a mini Pripyat, pretty much. Huge area. It's got a school, warehouse, you know, it's gonna have a hospital, all kinds of cool stuff. So train station, man, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, it looks crazy when we talk to Low.
Yep.
Cool. I need to check it out. Yeah, the wolves do sound terrifying, and those convoys are no joke. I do remember that. Destroyed all the time, man. Cool. Last one.
Last quick shot.
Been a lot of quick shots today.
A lot of quick shots.
This came to my attention literally just before we went live. Madfinger Games is apparently they have 94.9 thousand followers, which is quite a few. But Tacti tweeted that he was going to be watching this, friend of the program, Tacti Gamer. It looks crazy. Madfinger Games, they look like they're from the Czech Republic, game developer. November 2nd, they're announcing a new title of a game. It says, "Get ready because every move matters." And it looks like they're using Unreal Engine 5. And the shots of the soldiers look really like realistic and pretty immersive. And then if you go over to their website where it talks about their story and stuff and their current project, you can see just a little bit more about it. We are excited to share that our newest game is being developed from the ground up for the PC, harnessing the full power of the latest Unreal Engine 5. Our upcoming multiplayer title, so you can see this multiplayer, will offer stunning graphics and deeply immersive gameplay with a maximum focus on realism. The entire team is fully concentrated on delivering a truly revolutionary experience unlike any other, learning with every step, relying not just on the powerful Unreal Engine 5, but using our unique custom solutions as well. So it sounds like they're using UE5, but also coupling it with some of their own solutions and models and programming and stuff. And then if you look on their website under We Are Madfinger, at the top you can kind of see them working on a game that might be potentially it, because if you scroll down and look at some of their other games, like the games that they've launched, none of them are really realistic military shooters. They're all kind of futuristic or like sci-fi kind of games, zombie games and stuff. Yeah. So in this one, clearly the developer is working on a military shooter. You have a guy standing there in an Alton in like a forest, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I just looked at it myself too. But yeah, definitely an Alton. Good call there. Looks pretty sick. I'm pretty excited to see this for sure.
Yeah, so November 2nd. So maybe by next episode next week, we'll be able to have some info.
Anything that says modern military and realism has me excited. So
Buff's paying attention. Me up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
But I just saw that like right at the beginning, like right before we went live, because
interesting.
Tacti liked it on or commented on it on Twitter. So yeah,
very cool.
In a couple of days, we'll see what they have to say. Keep an eye on it. Yeah. That's all I had. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm good. We covered quite a bit. Yeah, have a lot of good follow-ups next week though, for sure. So it'll be another packed episode.
Yep. We'll see if anything earth-shattering happens with the finals as they close out the beta by next week. We can have kind of a wrap up, and then there'll be some campaign stuff going around with Modern Warfare 3. And we'll see if this new game has anything to offer, and then whatever else happens to come up.
Guys, you forgot one thing.
What?
Call of Duty dropped another skin.
Wait, what?
You can join the solder car people from Dune.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than some of the other crazy stuff. Like it Dune. Is. I mean, I'm cool with. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You know, it's at least.
Just saw it. I was like, wait.
Yeah, it's something like relevant with the second movie coming. You know, and not.
I'm excited for that movie.
So that's good. Yeah. I support the Dune. Not buying it, but I support it.
Essentially, everything that comes on the Call of Duty, unless there's a release window going on, everything on the Call of Duty Twitter account is skins. Like weeks and weeks of just skin bundles.
And you know what's crazy? I know we're like wrapping up. I had a good discussion with some of my community members when we were playing. It's like people are still buying, like they're still promoting these new bundles with DMZ stuff with like a new player slot, specific DMZ weapon cooldowns, and like you have like 10 days left before the mode's just done for good. Everything, it's not coming over to Modern Warfare 3 from what we know of right now. They're still pushing bundles with DMZ stuff. Like, you're not supporting it. Why would I spend any more money on it? People are, it's just insane. Like, and you just see every time you log in, you see the cosmetics are thrown in your face. Like, oh, DMZ cooldown, the mode that's going to be supported never again.
Get this UI out of my face.
Yeah, it's insane. So,
oh, the UI for COD is so bad, dude. And it's supposed to be getting worse too, because they want to try to keep everything in like a central launcher. So they're going to add even more games to it. So much side scrolling and trying to figure out where the hell you are.
I have like my friends who play just like casually here and there. He's like, I don't even know how do I play Warzone? How do I play campaign? He has no fucking idea how to do it. And especially some good points were made on like online. It's like, because they were doubling down on their UI for Modern Warfare 3. And someone pointed out like there's literally tutorial videos in depth with like big videos on like with lots of likes and views on YouTube showing you how to get to like multiplayer. It's ludicrous.
Yes. And the best part of it is too, you can't even build muscle memory because it moves around and changes all the time.
Yeah,
like they move the buttons and shit just for the sake of moving them. If your UI has to have a search engine, you can literally search for like settings and stuff. You're doing something wrong.
And you know what? Yeah. I'm not surprised. They don't add a single LMG to the game. They give us a BS UI. What
are you gonna do?
Welcome to the COD cycle, everybody.
There'll be like 2 LMGs in Modern Warfare 3.
I think what we saw in the beta is it's probably the only LMGs we're gonna see till Treyarch 2024 most likely.
How can you do 360 no scope TikTok clips if you have a slow LMG, Buff?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's just they don't want me to be a good creator who expresses my passion.
I gotta see
no scope LMG clips.
I gotta see hyperspeed 360 no scope LMG TikTok clips.
That's what I'm all about. That's what you guys know me. You guys know I'm all about.
It's your boy Buff. Stuff. Welcome to the TikTok. Like and follow.
It's your boy.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Do it for the China brainwashing.
And on that note, everyone have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Stay off TikTok. And we will meet back here in a week or so.
Absolutely.
Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, everyone have a great week. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the support and the super chats, everyone.
Appreciate it, guys.
Bye.